Hello, multidimensional beings. Welcome to 2022. I am Takara Natasha, and welcome to my space. Come on in. Just using a little Palo Santo stick because I am not at home. So I bring home wherever I go, because actually home is in the heart, but that's another story for another time. All right. And once again, welcome. I am Takara Natasha. And if you are new here, so much gratitude. I greatly appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, to come in and sit with me and talk. My very first video, I don't have a lot of videos, so I'm still working out the kinks to this thing here, but my very first video talks about my spiritual journey, so definitely check that out. And as always, I speak on a lot of things, but it's based upon my experience, my journey, tips I've learned along the way, things I've experienced, things that I wish I've learned, and things I am currently learning as I go. Because if you're on a spiritual journey, like, you never stop learning, right? But before I dive into what it is I want to speak about tonight, let's all find our center. Take a deep breath in through the nose, expanding the belly. Hold and release. Let's take two more like that. And through the nose, holding at the top, and release. One more. I invite divine light into this space to cover every inch of this space and those that are watching, creating a beautiful light of love, compassion, and openness. And placing Metatron's cube above our crown, above my space in red, turning counterclockwise, and programming it to attract all, to remove all negative energies, entities, and attachments that are not for my highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to me. Ashe. All right, so once again, welcome. It's been a minute. It's been a while since I made a video. A lot has just been popping off, right? And in a good way. Excuse me. So much is happening energetically, physically, and it's only day 6 into 2022. How has your 2022 been thus far? Feel free to comment below. But my 2022, let me tell you, okay? It's been pretty exciting. It's been pretty exciting. I was talking to a few of my friends, and I was just explaining to them, like, I don't know, or at least it hasn't been revealed to me yet as to what's coming. But I just have this gut feeling, this intuition that when I tap into it, I feel all of this joy, all of this expansive energy, so much happiness, gratefulness. Like I feel so many great things coming my way, and I'm here for it. I am here for it. Okay. Man, I've done a lot of work in such, to me, in such a short time. You know, there are those that have been on their journey for years, years, years. And I feel like my journey really didn't kick off until like 2019. Yeah, 2019, and then into 2020, where I was able to take a year off from work. And that's when all of the healing started. Like, I was being called to this over here, to this program, to this person, and I followed, and it is paying off. I'm super excited. But yeah, I feel like 2020 is also bringing up a lot of stuff, a lot of density that we may not have fully transmuted, right? Or dealt with. But this corona is like, boom, I am in your face. Here I am. Deal with it now. At least that has been my experience. Before, I was telling my friend, before, say something were to trigger me, right? And I don't really deal with it. I kind of, paint over it. I won't see that trigger again until like another, I don't know, week or 2 weeks. Anywho, it doesn't reappear until some time. But this go around, it's like, oh, you're not gonna deal with me today? Okay, well, I'm gonna be in your face until you do deal with it. So this, I feel like the universe is creating this, or we have this opportunity to release so much stuff, stickiness, density that does not belong to our highest light. Like, this is a time of transformation, like really getting clear of who you are, where you want to be, how you're gonna get there. Like, again, this is what I feel. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, let it fly, right? But oh my gosh, I'm here for it. All I can do, I'm flowing. I am flowing with the ebbs and flow of the universe, because essentially the universe is within me. But not only that, what else has happened? Today is Thursday. Wednesday for me was a very, I think it was Wednesday, yeah, was a very emotional day. Was it Wednesday? Well, it could have been Tuesday. Anywho, this week has been a very emotional week, right? I was walking outside, just taking in the scenery, because I don't think I've been outside in a while, because it's been very cold or it was raining, so I just stayed indoors, right? This day, the sun peeked out from behind the clouds, and I was like, okay, well, let me go for a little walk. And I had to drop off some packages and stuff like that. So I walked instead of getting an Uber. And so walking back home, I'm just walking and I'm looking at the sun, and I just started crying. I'm like crying, walking down the street as I am basking in the sun, and it was so, the feeling, it was so amazing. It was so much celebration in those tears, so much joy and gratefulness in those tears. It's just like, yes, I prayed to be in that exact moment that I was, right? Um, so it was amazing. And so, I'm walking, I'm just giving gratitude, and I'm um saying some affirmations to myself. And then I get to the house and I'm finishing up my braids, and I'm watching, I need some type of entertainment as I'm finishing up my braids. So I am watching, oh, what is the name? Encanto, I believe. It's the Hispanic Disney movie that recently came out. Beautiful movie, beautiful story. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's on Disney Plus. But I'm watching that and I'm just like crying, like, what is happening? And I'm saying this to myself, what is happening here? Why am I crying? So yeah, that's movie number one. Movie number two, I'm watching, I go from that to Mulan. Now I've seen Mulan, and this is the movie, not the animated version. So I've seen Mulan several times. Several times, okay? So I'm watching Mulan again, braiding my hair, and I am crying. I am crying. It was the part where I think it was so many different parts where I'm crying, right? Parts where they talk about her chi and how women aren't allowed, or in Asian culture, women aren't the ones that's supposed to have the chi. The chi only belonged to warriors. So I'm just like, what? And here she is having to hide her chi. And then she's super powerful and she saves all of these men. And then the other woman, who they called a witch, that they didn't accept, right? How she saved her life, because she was like, oh my gosh, they're following this woman. Like, what? And then the emperor at the end, he was like, hold your head up. I'm just like, no, oh my God. He's, when I say I was boohooing, I was boohooing. And I've seen this movie several times. That was movie number two. Movie number three, okay? And I don't even know how I haven't seen this movie, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, From the Shadows, I believe it's called. It came out in 2016. I'm watching that. And yes, I can't remember on what parts, but yes, I am crying during Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So that day was like up and down, off, on, off, just crying. But all of it was so, how can I describe it? It was definitely happy tears, right? Happy tears, releasing, cleansing, and it was beautiful tears. It was joy. Like, I felt so much joy, happiness, togetherness, connectedness. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, for me, it was a lot of crying, right? And crying for me, let me tell you about crying. So I grew up and it was always, what are you crying for? I'm giving you something to cry about. Listen, if you grew up in a Black household, you already know what it is. And so, along with that, it was just taught not to cry. Crying was looked at as a sign of weakness. So, why are you crying? You shouldn't be crying, right? So for me, no one ever saw me cry. I never allowed someone to see me cry because, again, I'm looking at crying as a sign of weakness, or I shouldn't be crying, even though it's a part of this makeup. Right? So, yeah. Once I feel like once the spiritual journey turned on, kicked on, I feel like my spirit guides came together and was like, okay, we already know she don't like to cry, or she doesn't cry. She will on this journey. She's gonna see crying in a whole different light. And that I did. In the beginning, man, I was crying everywhere. Went to an apothecary with my friend, and oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. And this is while I am still trying to figure out what is happening. I mean, I'm still doing that anyway, but this is where I'm brand spanking new, filling out what I like, what I don't like, energy, spirit guides, guardian angels, filling out all of these things, right? Super drawn to herbs and apothecaries. So me and a friend went to this apothecary in New York that I always wanted to go to. Went there, and we're standing around. I'm looking around like, oh yes, I want that herb, I want that one, I want that one, I want that, right? And then all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, I feel like I gotta cry. Looked at my friend, I was like, yo, do you have to cry? And she was like, no. And so she looks at me, she's like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna cry. I feel like I need to cry. So I go outside. Now remind you, it's me, my friend, and 3 other women in this shop. I go outside to get some air, and I pull out my pendulum. And oh yeah, so this is, I'm new to the pendulum thing, so I'm using that baby anytime I can. So I pull out the pendulum and I'm asking, is this mine? As far as like this feeling of needing to cry. Because if it is, then okay, we're just gonna deal with it. We're gonna cry outside before I went back into the shop. But I heard no. So I was like, okay. And then when I got outside, along with me being outside, I didn't have this need to cry. Like, it just disappeared. Go back into the shop, walking around, and I'm asking the woman behind the cash wrap, asking her about like the history of the place, because, and as I'm talking to her, I look out of my peripheral. Well, I saw something out of my peripheral, so I turned, and the best way I can describe what it is that I saw was just like, have you ever seen a sparkler? On 4th of July, and how you just have all those just bright white lights at the end of the stick? Remove the stick. That's what I saw in the corner. Like, just a massive bright light. And so I'm talking to her, trying to ask her, information about the space. And so, again, still new, not sure how people take this. So I'm tiptoeing around. I'm like, yeah. So the reason why I asked is because I saw something in the corner. And when I said that, something said, like, just came into me. And I am bawling. When I say bawling, I am crying as if someone just told me that my dog was dead. My dog I ran over, like something very traumatic. Like, I am bawling. It took me back to childhood where I would get a whipping, right? Yes, I got whippings as a kid. And you cry so much, you get you hit that. Yeah, that was me in this apothecary. And so I'm crying in this apothecary, and all I remember I kept saying, this isn't mine. This isn't me. This isn't my energy. This isn't me. That I kept repeating, like, this isn't mine. This isn't me. And so two women jumped into action. Like, they came with like the copal and some other stuff, some other smoke, and they were walking around telling me to breathe. One woman gave me some flower essence, and then there was another woman. She was sitting back, and I heard her, but I didn't. I think she said something on the lines of, yeah, everybody has to deal with something. And my friend, kudos to my friend, love you, girl. She was like, no, she's, what? I think she said, no, she's a medium. And she feels, I was just like, oh my gosh. And so, again, I keep repeating, this isn't me, this isn't me, this isn't mine, right? So going back to the story of crying, when I tell you, I feel like my spirit guides, my spiritual team has a sense of humor. I'm like, oh, okay, you didn't cry. Well, were you about to do it on this journey? Like, buckle up, be prepared, and it can hit at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just kidding, I'm not gonna cry. But it can happen at any moment. Like, I'm on a train in New York, and my Reiki master teacher sent me a video of two women singing in a cave, and it was so beautiful. I had no idea what they were saying, but with a lot of things, excuse me, with a lot of things, at least for me, when I hear something and I don't understand it, how can I describe it? Just listening and feeling the energy, the vibration of the vocals, and just listening with everything except for the mind, because the mind will have you thinking, oh, you need to know what they're saying, or you have to understand or understand or overstand what it is that they're saying. And most times it's just a frequency that you really need. Your soul understands it. So anywho, my Reiki master sent me this video, and me and my homegirl Whitney, we're sitting on the train. I think we were headed to a crystal shop, and we're both looking at it, and I am again crying on the train. And I'm just like, I'm trying to hold. And this time there was crying, snot coming down my nose. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, this can't be happening. I was so embarrassed. And my friend was like, it's okay, it's okay. So, anywho, now I feel like this go around, crying is like a celebration. Of course, I have more things to, as we speak about it, my ears are ringing. This go around, or at least the past couple of days, tears for me has been a way of celebration, of joy and happiness for what is to come. I've planted a lot of seeds, and I'm sure you guys have planted a lot of seeds and did a lot of different things to get you to where you are right now in this moment. And if you're not where you think you should be, tap into being present, to being grounded, because I believe we are all where we're meant to be in this moment, right? So yeah, that was that. So I forgot what my train of thought was. 2022. So yeah, day 6, and synchronicity has just been boom, 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 like clock work. Every time I look at the clock, every time I look at the clock, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2. I see my birthday a lot, 212. I see that a lot, a lot, a lot. And then recently, I was on TikTok, and there was this guy. I wish I remember his name, but he was talking about the directions: north, south, east, west, right? And how we have metal in our body, which we do. We also have crystals, crystals in our head, but we have metal in our body, and when we sleep towards the north, we're something about draining. Damn, it was something about the north, the north, and how it's messing up the metal that's in our body. So it's best to sleep towards the east. And now, the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. So this isn't my first time hearing about the east. I remember my spiritual teacher, she always talked about whenever you're doing a ritual, no matter what it is, 1, cover your ori, your head, right? And then 2, face the east. Oh, always face east. So I was just like, okay. So I decided to sleep towards the east. My head the direction was northeast, and I was like, okay. So let me go completely all the way east. I did that, and can we say vivid dreams, to the point where I felt for the first time like I was actually doing stuff in my dreams. I wish I had a better way to explain it. But like, whenever I dream, and sometimes I would dream the same dream over and over and over again. But whenever I dream, and this particular dream last week, I was tumbling, right? And anytime I have a dream about me tumbling or doing flips, I know I can do it. Like, in my dream, I am Simone. Simone, okay? But when it's time to do it, somehow I ended up just flopping big time. Like, just, it doesn't go well. So in this particular dream, I went to do some sort of pass, ended up doing a forward roll, and somehow, some way, when I got back up, I finished the actual pass. Like, I didn't fall, I didn't roll, like, I finished the actual tumbling pass. And I was like, oh shit, what is this? And then I had a few friends come into dream time. Like, my friend Sydney, we were setting up for something, some sort of event where people were coming together to share their music or their art, or their homemade medicine, whatever case it may be. It was them. We were helping to curate a space for them to share these things with others. And another dream, it was about like the other dream, another friend or couple, married couple, Jay and Angela, was in my dreams, and we were like in this yoga studio. Let me not get into that one, but it was wrapped around like I don't know if you've read the book, The Magdalene Manuscript, and it talks about sacred sex magic, right? And if you don't know, yes, you can. First of all, women's vagina is a portal, okay? When I say a portal, it's a magical portal. We have the ability, women have the ability to activate others, especially men, but it only turns on, or it only comes online when the woman feels absolutely safe, right? Safety is one of the things that she needs in order to activate this portal within our vagina. But yeah, the Magdalene Manuscript is a story about Mary and Yeshua, and how she helped Yeshua activate his ka, his energy body, to achieve what it was that he needed to achieve. So anywho, so yeah, my dreams have been live, like live. Um, yeah, it's my intuition has like boop kicked up a notch. Super grateful for that. But I honestly came on, yes, all of that was great and before, but I came on to talk about how do I want to talk about two things. One being, everything doesn't have to be hard. Everything does not have to be hard. Like, we don't have to hop on the struggle bus just to prove that our journey is authentic. Like, your journey is authentic as you yourself are walking in authenticity, whatever authenticity is to you, right? Walking in alignment to you. You don't have to, you don't have to, or at least the way I interpret it, I don't have to struggle just to show you, or just to present that my journey is real. My journey has been tough because I went through X, Y, and Z. No, I don't choose to struggle. I choose the path that is for me, and if that path is easy breezy, sunshine and rainbows, then great. And if it isn't, great too. But I don't intentionally seek out the struggle. Like, we weren't meant to struggle. We are multidimensional sovereign beings. Everything that is attached to your highest light is yours, right? It's yours. And so why not choose easy? Or we're programmed, oh, if it's too good to be true, then it's obviously too good. I'm not deserving of it. Screw that. I am worthy of every single thing that has my highest light and the highest light of everyone attached to me for me. Everything that belongs to me is mine. I am abundance whether I work for it or not. My energy is the frequency of everything that I desire, right? That's the mind frame that we should have, instead of, oh, I have to struggle because struggling shows that I'm worthy of it. No, I'm worthy of it whether I struggle or not, right? So yeah, Not everything has to be so hard. Not everything has to be challenging. Not everything needs an explanation. If you're on your spiritual journey and you've been on your spiritual journey for a while, you know not everything needs an explanation. Not everything will be revealed to you all at once. Not everything is going to make sense. Okay? Like, for example, went to the dentist, got a crown, three crowns. And they took out the temporaries, and as I'm sitting in the chair, I hear, ask if you could have the temporaries. And I was just like, what? Okay. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm about to ask this, because I've never asked this before. And I didn't see anything wrong with it, because one, it was in my mouth. So why can I have what was in my mouth, right? So anywho, I asked the tech. I was like, "Hey, can I have those?" And she was like, she laughed and she was like, yeah. She's like, "Why?" And I just said, "Well, it's been in my mouth. It has all of my energy." And she's like, yeah, it's cool, right? And then she asked the dentist, and he was like, yeah. He gave him a little case and put them in. Excuse me. He thought I wanted them as like a backup, but I didn't. My ancestors told me that I needed them. And I needed to put them on my altar. So I was just like, it don't make sense, but I did it anyway. When you follow when you trust the process. So again, what I'm trying to say, a lot of things isn't going to make sense. Therefore, does it need an explanation? No, not everything needs an explanation. You're either going to trust the process or you're not. Now, I'm not saying you're not supposed to question along the way. Like, yeah, I have 1,000,001 questions. Now, do they all get answers? The question, okay? So that's it. Like, it's okay. It's okay to choose easy, right? It's okay to choose the easy path. For so long, we're programmed to think that we need to struggle, we need to be in these toxic relationships, we need to do all these things to prove that we're worthy and that we're down and all the other stuff. And it's like, no. You were worthy the moment you were born. The moment you were reincarnated, you were worthy of every single thing that belongs and is attached to your soul, right? So that was number one. Number two, I get so excited when I talk about it. So this is the year of Rooted Agape. Rooted Agape is a retreat I'm hosting, your girls truly. I'm hosting in Mount Shasta in September 15th through the 19th. More information will be provided as far as how you can register and solidify your spot. But let me tell you a little bit about Rooted Agape. So Rooted Agape is for women who hear the call, right? And when I say you hear the call, you hear this deep within yourself, within your body, within your heart, within your gut, within your mind, within your spirit, within your soul, that you want to go deeper into your healing, into self-sourcing, into a deeper connected love um, within yourself and Mother Earth, calling back your power, being empowered, loving the skin that you're in. Whew. And also calling back your sexual energy back into your womb space, right? Whether it was voluntary or involuntary. This is all about empowering women, the goddess within, the divine feminine, and connecting to Earth, connecting to Mother Earth. And Mount Shasta is known as the crown and root chakra. So there's gonna be a lot of grounding into Mother Earth. Whew. A lot of grounding into Mother Earth, a lot of breath work and yoga and gifting back to Mother Earth. We take so much from her that the least we can do is gift her back some beautiful crystals. And also crystals help grid the world, right? So yes, Mount Shasta in September, Rooted Agape. There's gonna be some body work going on, releasing a lot of identities that we hold to be true, releasing a lot of things that our divine feminine, the goddess within, do not need anymore. Rooted Agape is empowering you so that you can help others, taking back your power, taking back your energy, feeling empowered to make the decisions that you need to make throughout the day, standing in your truth, speaking your truth, embodying who you are authentically, right? At the end of the day, I feel like if you're on your spiritual journey, you're looking for your purpose, or you're trying to figure out where do you fit in the grand scheme of things. And sometimes that could be just holding space, right? So I want to hold space for women that are looking to dive deeper into self-sourcing, self-love, self-cultivating, the love from within, healing, doing some energy work, releasing, and showing up for themselves, because you are the only one that is responsible for your healing. No one else is responsible for your healing. So if you show up for you, I'm sure it will pay off in the long run, and you were meant to. If you feel the call to join Rooted Agape in September, that just goes to show you were meant to be there, and I would love to have you there, and I can't wait to meet you. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's all I have. Again, more information on how to register will be coming out soon. So if you don't already, you can follow me on Instagram at Curly Sunshine with 2 E's at the end. Facebook, I am Takara Natasha, the one and only. TikTok, Curly Sunshine, and then here on YouTube at Takara Natasha. So you can follow me on any one of these platforms, portals, I like to call it. And yeah, day 6, 2022. Let's get to it. Rest. I think, what is that? Mercury retrograde. Mercury going into retrograde again. So be careful. Be intentional with your thoughts and how you move. If you feel you need to rest, okay? Rest. Listen to your body. The most important thing you can do is listen to your body. Listen to your body, okay? All right, so yes, that is all for this video. And until next time, I love you, I love you, I love you. And see you later. Mwah. Bye.